So, this is the thief? Quite a gangly-looking thing, aren't you? No grovelling. There's nothing you could say that I haven't heard 1,000 times over. Oh, let me guess. You are just a poor, starving commoner, breaking into my mansion out of pure desperation. Oh, in any other town, perhaps that would be a real excuse. But nobody goes hungry around here, thanks to the Harren Poorhouse, which freely distributes food, shelter, and basic necessities to everyone in need. You've heard of it, I'm sure. The one with my name in the title? But no, apparently it's just not enough for some people. No matter what I do, there's always somebody who decides that Lord Harren is surely just some greedy noble whose belongings are in need of liberating. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure that in your own mind you're needy and desperate, and this whole thing is justified. People are good at fooling themselves like that. And I don't doubt for a moment that there's some elaborate fantasy you've constructed in your head that makes you noble and brave for trying to make off with those jewels, which are heirlooms, by the way, left to me by my departed parents. But none of that matters, because in the end... I can't take you seriously with that mask on. One moment. Don't I know you? By the divine realms, you! Well, now I'm twice as offended. It's not enough that I get robbed by the people I try to help. Now, past acquaintances are joining in too. Do I have to start clutching my coin purse when I'm around my servants next? What are you doing here? Last time I saw you, you were prancing off with your, one true love, I believe you said. And you were very certain that you were going to live out the rest of your life in marital bliss, and that I was going to spend the rest of my life, let's see, cold and alone with only my riches to keep me company. Yes, it was quite a speech, as I recall. You were very eager to deliver it to me before you left town. I've never seen someone quite that happy to try and tear someone down emotionally, I must say. In another life, you could have been quite the ruthless noble. Oh, that's right. Supposedly it was revenge for me trying to destroy your happiness. It's funny how we were just recently talking about inventing fantasies. I wasn't destroying the reputation of your dearly beloved. I was exposing the truth. They were unfaithful to past lovers, and that's a fact. I... Honestly, I have to agree. Looking back, I think perhaps it was a little rash and not my place, even if I was right about them. I was more than a little put out after you rejected me. No, it's not that I can't handle rejection. I was a little surprised that you wouldn't give me a chance. It's not every day that a noble like me offers to court a commoner. No, but what upset me so much was that you were choosing someone who had a gorgeous face with absolutely nothing behind it. I thought you had more substance than that. At any rate, what led you to this point, where you're in chains after being caught stealing from me? I'd think you would have been somewhere far away, living your oh-so-blissful new life. Oh, they cheated on you. Oh my, how ever could you have anticipated that? Who could have predicted such a thing? I told you so's aside. How did that lead to a life of crime? Surely you're not just taking your frustration out on me. You can't be serious. Nay, how does somebody like that still have such a hold over you? Listen to me. You are being manipulated, claiming that they were cheating because you weren't doing enough to contribute. Who does that? What an awful thing to say. Bringing money back isn't going to make them love you. You'd just be proving that you're easy to fool. No, you have to listen. Good people don't do things like that. You don't want to be in a relationship with someone who cheats and then blames it on you. No, there's no excuse. None at all. Listen, I'm sorry for acting so smug before. I don't think I realized just how attached you were. No, the whole thing, it's just awful. So awful. You need to get away from all that. No, I mean it. I am sorry. I was just... No, well, if I'm being honest, I never did quite get over what happened between us. I let myself get all caught up in feeling vindicated, seeing you on your knees in front of me in chains like you are. But can you really blame me? I put myself in such a vulnerable position for you. It's one thing to be rejected. I'd steeled myself for the possibility. But to be rejected like that, where you denounced me in the village square and gave me some big speech about how I didn't understand love? Now, there was no way I could have prepared for that. No, it's... Well, I don't know if I can say that it's fine. Oh, but I think I understand what you were feeling a bit, better now. You were so taken in by someone you thought could be your perfect lover, and then I came in and tried to shatter the image you had of them in your head after you turned me away. I suppose it wasn't a stretch to see me as a villain. But perhaps we should return to the issue at hand here. Regardless of your reasons, you've been caught stealing some very expensive items. And that's not the sort of thing that just goes away. I'd hate to send you away to prison, though. We've both been through a lot already. Besides, after learning just how impressionable you are, well, I worry what would happen if you were locked away with all those miscreants. Do you, perhaps, need a job? I suppose I can always use more servants. Oh, yes, it's an unconventional idea, to be sure. Hiring the burglar you just caught. I guess we could call it, working off your debt. After all, you did damage the display cases. Personally, I think it's a much better solution. I get compensated for the attempted robbery, and you get a new start. You might even find something, or, dare I say it, someone, to take your mind off your ex. Well, there's no denying it. Even after everything, there's, well, still a lot about you that I like. Maybe after we spend more time together, you'll find something about me that you like as well. Of course, it's your choice if you want to stay. But keep in mind that if you don't, then I'll need to turn you over to the authorities. Oh, I'd say this is a far cry from extortion. I can't be certain that you won't continue your ill-advised quest to win back your lover with stolen goods if I let you go. The only responsible thing to do is to keep you off the streets, one way or another. No, most people would be grateful to be offered an alternative like this. And while I am hoping that you might give a relationship with me another chance someday, that is not in any way a requirement. Once you've started working off your debt, and I'm convinced you're not a threat to anyone, well, then you can go along your merry way if you want to. If you're looking for someone to blame, blame your ex for manipulating you, or yourself for getting so wrapped up in your feelings. But I'm blameless in all of this. If anything, you ought to be kissing my feet. Oh, sorry. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I guess I get a little wrapped up in my feelings when it comes to you, too. but I promise that won't keep me from being a good boss. It's just a lot in one night to take in, is all. I do realize that you feel cornered by this decision, but what I'm trying to do is give you an escape. I really think this is going to be good for you. Oh, coming around to the idea? Excellent. Well then, you probably won't need those chains anymore. Though out of an abundance of caution, I'd like to have a guard around, keep an eye on you for a couple of days. Just to make sure this isn't some sort of trick to try and escape. Haha, I'm not quite as trusting as you are, I'm afraid. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm a pushover. If you can do the bare minimum to prove that you're trustworthy and hardworking, then life will be very nice for you here. I treat my staff well. Now then, I'll call a guard to take you to the servants' quarters, and we'll get everything squared away tomorrow. Until then, pleasant dreams. I'm very eager to see what sort of connection will develop between us. Hey, if you've reached this point in the video and have not already subscribed, please take a moment to do so. I really appreciate it.